2023 UPSC Mains Psychology paper. Section B. Section A, not all questions but a selected few we have already discussed. Now, I am not going to discuss all the questions because the model answer of paper 1 and paper 2 both have already been uploaded on my Telegram channel. As all of you know, MJ UPSC 2004. This is my Telegram channel where paper 1 and paper 2 model answers have already been uploaded. Many of the students who wrote mains, they had messaged me that these answers are precise, and if they follow the precise notes, it is always advisable, it is always good for them to go and revise these notes and then reproduce, if not verbatim but in their own language, then they are able to score well. Now, before going deep into the answers of section B, paper 1, first of all, let us address the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room here is, as I interacted with many of the students, that why we are not able to score well, what is the problem with psychology, why the answers of psychology are not fetching marks. The thing is that, see, what has happened with psychology is that, very unfortunately, what I call is that MP approach. The MP approach, what is this MP? This MP I call as Mukku approach. This Mukku, what has happened? Mukku. What has happened? This Mukku has created lots of mess as far as psychology is concerned. Psychology study for UPSC is concerned. Because of Mukku, the study of psychology has become very complex. Why? Because Mukku provides notes which consist of 8 booklets, all thick booklets, 400-500 pages each, and students are confused what to study and what to leave. Now, if you go by the paper 1 precise notes provided on my channel, Telegram channel, MJ UPSC 2004, you will realize that these notes are apt enough, which is required for answering the questions of UPSC. If you take the paper of 2023 or any other paper, especially in 2023, the paper 2, all questions, paper 1, 60% of the questions from the test series which I conducted, and the notes which I gave at the 11th hour because of the demand of few aspirants who were writing mains, I realized that these notes were enough, and these are all notes made by me. These notes are enough to answer each and every question in the examination. But you see this, what happened with this Mukku approach. This Mukku has given 8 books, 500 pages each, and he has made the life of aspirants hell. Now, a few hours ago, I was interacting with one of the students. He was like, sir, I am leaving psychology and going to opt sociology. I said, why? He said that, sir, 8 booklets, how to study? The language given is so complex. Then I told him, go and see the notes provided on Telegram channel, MJ UPSC 2004. You will realize that these notes are precise and they are enough to answer the questions of UPSC. This is not the story of one student. This is the story of most of the students who are opting for psychology, because psychology is deliberately being made complex, and that is the beauty of Mukku approach. Mukku is making psychology complex deliberately. You have heard this. If you cannot convince anyone, then confuse them. This is what is being done. Convince नहीं कर सकते तो confuse कर दो. And you see, in Hindi, हमारे यहाँ एक कहावत है, भूसगोल विद्यार्थी बस्ता भारी. It means a student who is not intelligent, a student who is not ready to work hard, his basta, that is his carry bag, that is the school bag, will be thick. So Mukku Pukku is giving so many booklets. Mukku Pukku approach. This Mukku Pukku approach has doomed many people. Because of this Mukku Pukku approach, many of the serious aspirants' attempts are wasted. So the need of the hour is to change the way we are looking at psychology, change the way we study psychology, especially if we talk about UPSC preparation. And some of the students approached me that they are writing UGC NET with psychology, NET exam. There also there is a bit of overlap of psychology syllabus of UPSC and NET. There is an overlap that also we can cover. So you have your plan B. Everybody has a plan B to fall back upon because this exam is quite dicey, as we all of us know. So that will be covered in my session psychology classes, which we are going to start from 5th of October, that is tomorrow. That will run till mid of January. That consists of psychology plus essay plus ethics. All the courses are there. Essay and ethics courses are running separately also. Now, few of you had asked about your offline classes. So we are going to inaugurate, the MJIS is going to inaugurate from 22nd November in Old Rajendra Nagar. It's offline center where you can come meet me and we can discuss about our approach of psychology. We can start learning psychology offline as well. We'll be starting our batch from 22nd November, offline batch. Not only psychology, but we are going to start general studies as well. There will be tests of mains as well as prelims, because prelims have become very, very dicey, and as I have come to know that CSAT, the level of CSAT which is being asked has become very complex, not easy to handle. So for that we are going to announce very soon the online and offline batches. It will be there so that you clear prelims, and unless you clear prelims you won't be able to write mains. Many of the sincere students from my batch could not write mains this year 2023, and that is quite disheartening. So how to approach psychology is quite evident in my discussions. How? When we discuss psychology from a perspective where I keep on saying, and I kept on saying in the classes earlier I interacted with you, that you should have a bird's eye view. One thing, that is, you divide your syllabus, each and every topic mentioned in the syllabus, in these subsections. That is, concept, you should know the concept, you should know the application, then merit and demerit. If you study from this perspective, not only will you take lesser time to cover, not only will your understanding be better, because you see the questions which are appearing in the exam now are applied, and they are not asking you to write an essay on attitude. Are they going to ask write an essay on attitude? No. Are they going to ask write an essay on the theories of thinking and problem solving? Is there going to be these kind of questions? No. Specific questions, generic questions, applied questions, which requires you to study it from the bird's eye view. Otherwise, as I keep on interacting with the doubts of psychology students, they are quite lost. They are confused, and rather I would say they are not confused. They have been made so by this Mukku Pukku approach MP. Mukku Pukku has created so much problem in the lives of people. They are confused what to study, because they have been told that you have to read each booklet, each book rather, for each one of the topics. And by following Mukupukku also you are having a command only on cognitive psychology. That's the problem. Social psychology lost, applied psychology not discussed. 2 chapters, 3 chapters in a day, Mukupukku approach. Stats taught like mathematics, and you see the concepts asked by UPSC this year, you will realize that they are asking the basics. Why hypothesis is important? Why research method is the backbone of psychological research? Does anybody deal the recent trends in decision making? Has Mukupukku dealt? No. Is there any specific note given about psycho-cybernetics? No. That's the problem. Now, this is absolutely unethical to play with the lives of the students by giving a plethora of material which is not going to appear in the exam. Why to do so? What is the reason behind it? Just to create an aura of invincibility, just to create an aura that yes, too much is being dealt, too much of content is given, nothing will come out of this content. But what is happening? You see, so many questions out of the content provided by Mukupukku. So you need to understand this. I appeal to the students to understand that their lives are being distorted by this approach. Their time is being wasted, their attempt is being wasted, their resources are being wasted. They need to change this approach. That is why I have given a precise notes for paper 1. Only 100 pages, the complete paper 1 is there. 100 pages. If you include the diagrams and flowcharts, which deliberately I have kept out of it because I am going to publish it in a book form. So, because of the copyright issues, I cannot publish the whole content there. You may add 50 more pages, 150 pages, 50 more pages, 200 pages. Even if you are able to get 200, 250 pages notes, complete notes, and then you will make your own precise notes. You can revise it, you can memorize it, you can understand the context, you can understand the application, and then produce in the examination, and then score 300 plus in psychology, which is quite possible. That is not possible when you are reading 16, 20 voluminous booklets and not sure what will come there. So please change your approach. From my end, I will definitely fight tooth and nail to change the landscape. Whosoever has already attended Mukupukku approach, they can do one thing, just make your notes precise, concept, application, merit and demerit. 4 or 5 points about each and every topic, and you will be able to cover the whole syllabus, understand the context, write it in simple languages, your own language. Not necessary to write in complex language that is deliberately being given to you to show you that you people don't know anything and Mukupukku has the best possible language in this world. That is not true. This is just ratification. So how you can solve this, because we cannot change the unethical approach of certain people in the coaching industry, but we can definitely change our way of learning. And what is our way of learning? This is how. Just divide the matter in these subsections and make your notes precise. Keep on studying them again and again. Understand the context. While asked in the examination, provide fewer points, explain each and every point, give examples from your own end, not only giving standard examples, but your own examples as well. That will fetch you marks. Always believe in your creativity, always believe in your abilities rather than just mugging up 8 to 10 points. understand the context and give 3 points, 4 points only with example, you will score more. That is simplifying your life, which should be the duty of each and every teacher. Now, with this, we will start not the approach of Bhusgol Vidyarthi Basta Bhari, but intelligent student, lesser material, ability to understand and regenerate the material with the creative abilities. This is what should be the endeavor of a civil servant. Okay, so we'll start with the section B of paper 1, 2023 main examination, psychology. One question we'll discuss, one 10 marker, one 15 marker and a 20 marker. And you will see the beauty that many of the question even now I can show you that these were discussed straight away in the test series and discussion classes taken by me only. Okay, so first question is your question number 5D in your psychology paper, and the question reads, what hypothetical ideas lead to the development of projective personality test? Question is, the hypothetical ideas behind what? Hypothetical ideas behind PPT. And what is PPT? The PPT is projective personality test. Projective personality test. I have dealt with projective personality test in a detailed manner earlier. Many of you were my student at one of the platforms earlier in 2022 batch. So now what are the underlying hypothetical ideas? You all know that projective personality test is assuming that when a person is exposed to ambiguous stimuli, then his or her unconscious, what is this? Unconscious motives, attitudes, are reflected, which are important aspects of personality, because in the personality chapter we have already understood that personality is not what appears on the surface, but as the Freudian approach says that conscious part being only the tip of the iceberg. Tip of the iceberg. The large part, which is generally subconscious and unconscious, is hidden and it can be revealed either partially or completely when a person is exposed to ambiguous stimuli. Unconscious is revealed when ambiguous stimuli is there. What is the nature of the ambiguous stimuli? Now we have seen that Projective test, projective personality tests are of three types. Which are the types? One is what are the types? As I have already told you, perceptive, apperceptive, and productive. These are the three types of projective personality tests. We have different examples for it. Under perceptive test, there is RIBT, Rorschach ink blot test. Under apperceptive, TAT, thematic apperception test. Under productive, DAP, draw a person test. These are all already discussed in classes with you. So what happens in productive test, of which the example we have seen, RIBT, Rorschach ink blot test. Rorschach ink blot. So there is a random ink blot, and you are told to express your views or describe this ink blot in detail. And how do you discuss? When and under which concept it's coming? Perceptive. So this is the ink blot. You are shown the ink blot and you are asked to draw a story around this ink blot. So your perception, what are you thinking, what is there on top of your mind, that is reflected under your perceptive test. RIBT, the ink blot you are shown and you have to draw a story around it. What does it reveal? Your perception. And it is perceptive test, your perception is revealed. What is there on top of your mind, that is revealed. Then comes your another part. One was perceptive, then is apperceptive. Under apperceptive, what is there? TAT, thematic apperception test, and as the name suggests, you are shown different cards which have again ambiguous stimuli in which sense that it has different pictures. Different pictures are shown to you and you are asked what kind of motives, emotions and attitudes are generated when you see these pictures. So what is revealed? Your apperception is revealed. Apperception, which is a little deeper than your perception. Perception talks only about your top of mind, what comes on top of your mind, but apperception includes your experiences as well. Your experiences are also reflected here. Here only something which comes on top of mind. Likewise, there is productive perception or personality test. In that, what will happen? You will be asked to draw a person. That is, you have to draw based on the stimuli, ambiguous picture. You have to draw a story or draw a person, a man or a woman or both. Man or a woman or both. After seeing this picture, draw a story around this, the characteristics of the man or characteristics of the woman. Draw a person test. So what's happening here? Your unconscious motives, emotions, beliefs are all getting revealed. This is the underlying assumption done under the psychodynamic or psychoanalytic approach. Psychoanalytic approach which reveals the subconscious and unconscious dimensions of your personality. Then now these ideas are hypothetical, that it is revealing because it is not easy to objectively gauge the personality dimension based on these tests only, RIBT, TAT and DAP. Rorschach ink blot test, thematic apperception test and draw apperception test. Perceptive, apperceptive and productive. These tests cannot reveal your personality is in an objective manner, and the way, the method as well as the norms provided to score these tests are subjective. Norms are not objective. That's why it cannot reveal the dimensions of personality in an objective manner. That is why this method is not going to give you the complete picture. So when you are writing this question, apart from your enumerating these points, hypothetical ideas behind the projective personality test, you will have to say that projective personality test alone cannot reveal most of the dimensions of personality, and as personality is a construct which has many dimensions which are inexhaustible, that is, they are not going to, you cannot enumerate all of them on a paper, they are inexhaustible. We need to have paper pencil test, along with the projective test, as I had already discussed in the test series conducted by us, that paper and pencil test plus projective test, these two combined will give you the complete picture of personality. This way we will finish the question. So here the thing was that you need not only discuss the projective test, all the dimensions of projective test. As I was telling you, the approach with the students is that yes, I know all of it because I will give you 10 points, but you will not tell me the hypothetical ideas behind it, which I have asked in the question. What is the hypothetical idea? The psychoanalytic, psychodynamic approach which says that most of the part of the personality is hidden under the tip of iceberg. That tip of iceberg is only conscious dimension of personality, which is quite measly. And to reveal the large part of personality, it is important that we expose the person to ambiguous stimuli, and that ambiguous stimuli can be in form of an ambiguous picture, an ambiguous ink blot, or a picture which you are shown and you are asked to discuss all the characteristics of the person, or you are asked to tell a story around the picture which reveals your unconscious emotions, hidden emotions, beliefs, attitudes, and motivation, which is very tough to reveal, as is happening with this Mukubuku approach also. The motivation is that come what may, students may fail, but I should be the star. That is harming most of the students. Now, we'll discuss another question, a 15 marker, and which is question number 7b. Question 7b is, what is the meaning and significance of plasticity of perception? Plasticity of perception, POP. POP we apply in our homes. That's what plasticity of perception. The plasticity of perception as a separate topic is mentioned in your syllabus. Plasticity of perception is dealt also in some of the classes, but then again the question is, when the garbage of too much of material is there, it is not easy for the students to pick and choose the important significant aspects, significant concepts, so that they can score well in the examination. And unfortunately, even only a few students are aware about it. After few attempts are wasted, they realize that the thug approach has actually done a great deal of injustice to my life. That is why you need to study these things from the perspective of concept, application, merit, demerit. That's it. So, plasticity of perception. They are asking meaning and significance, nothing much. What is the meaning? What is the significance? What is plasticity of perception? Many students I see that they write in the test, they are not able to clearly differentiate between the plasticity of perception, sensory adaptation. Many problems are there. What is the real meaning of plasticity of perception? First of all, we'll understand, because these questions require you to have the concept. If you have the concept, you will be able to solve it. You see, we have a perceptual system. Whenever we are exposed to a stimuli, and in fact, we are not exposed to a single stimuli, a single stimulus rather, a plethora of stimuli, each and every second it is there in our environment. And what happens? We perceive it through our sensory system. We apply attention, we attend to it, then it goes to our short term memory, then through rehearsals it is shifted to LTM. Now, at any of these stages, the perceptual system adapts, and it adapts frequently, many a time, so that we can make sense of the stimuli we encounter. What's happening? We can make sense of because environment is also dynamic. Stimuli and its nature is also changing. So we must adapt. Our perceptual system must adapt according to the changing dynamics of the stimuli in the environment. Complex dynamics of the stimuli in the environment is changing. According to that change, we must also change. We must also adapt. This adaptation of our perceptual system is called plasticity of perception, and we are endowed with it. We as human beings are endowed with it. Why? How does it help? It helps us in, first and foremost, to survive in our environment. How? Sensory adaptation. Example. Suppose you go to a very cold environment. Initially you will feel jittery, very cold environment, minus 40 degree. Initially you will feel cold, you will feel like, no, I can't survive here, despite the fact that I am wearing 25 jackets, still I can't survive. You put your feet in a very cold water. Because you are asked to take a dip in the holy water, so that the forefathers, and you see that Pitru Paksha is going on according to Hindu mythology. You must take a dip in the holy water so that your ancestors will be happy. To make your ancestors happy, you take a dip in the holy water. Now this holy water is very cold. You see, it seems that ancestors are calling me. Just after taking a dip in the holy water, you think that, oh my God, what have I done? Probably the ancestors are calling me. Now, after some time, after taking 4 or 5 dips, you realize, no, I am still alive. Why? Sensory adaptation happened here. Your senses have adapted to that temperature. That is, my dear friend, plasticity of perception. Perceptual system has adapted. Minus 40 degree, you are feeling, no, I won't survive, but after some time, acclimatization. Acclimatization. You are surviving. Sensory adaptation. Plasticity of perception. You go to watch movie. 3D glasses are given to you. Are we endowed to, genetically, are we endowed with the ability to see things in 3D? The answer is no. You are given a 3D glasses. You are given 3D glasses. In Select City Walk Satyam, you are watching a movie of Spider-Man, Batman, Iron Man, all men there, and Wonder Woman also. After some time of using, just a few seconds of using 3D glasses, you realize that there is no discomfort. You feel as if you are born with the ability to watch things in 3D. You also become a superhero there. What has happened? plasticity of perception. Your perceptual system has adapted according to the stimuli of the environment. That is plasticity of perception. And these are the simplistic applied examples. Many of these examples generated right now when we are sitting in the class. This, my dear friend, is called application. When you read thin material and absorb the material in your system quite well and apply it, then these things come, then you get marks. So it's up to you whether you are running after thin things and thick things. My experiences are that thin things are better, no pun intended. Okay, so another example of plasticity of perception. We have given the meaning, we have given the significance. Why? For our survival. Then our learning also. Because of the plasticity of perception, do we learn or not? Yes, we do learn. Do we develop? Development. Survival, learning, development. These are the significance. Another example. Blind people. Born blind. Operated. Surgery done. They are able to see. Those who are not able to see things, not born with a perceptual system to see the world, the beauty of the world, are not able to see. How? Plasticity of perception. Has it helped them to learn new things? Yes. Does it help them to survive? Yes. When they have the ability to see, will they develop more or not? Yes. The meaning and significance of plasticity of perception explained. Examiner happy, you get marks. If you write these things in an organized manner, neat and clean manner, your handwriting is fine, providing some diagrams and flowcharts, examiner is happy, rather than giving 10 points which examiner cannot even make sense of because of the complexity of the language and mukku pukku approach. Time to change, my dear friends. Time to change. Now, we'll go to a 20 marker. Covered a 10 marker, 10, 15 marker. Now we'll go to the 20 marker. Again, most of the questions of this year were generic in nature, where the chances of creating any magic by reading 10 booklets in a complex language was quite low. So, we have this question: do childhood experiences affect us in our entire lives? Elaborate your answer in the light of personality theories. Simple question. They are saying that childhood experiences, do they affect our entire lives? That is, do they shape our personality in such a manner that it stays with us in a stable manner throughout our lives? So, first is, as the question says, elaborate your answer in the light of personality theories. Childhood experiences. Childhood experiences. बचपन की यादें in Hindi. First is your early childhood experiences. And who is the propounder of early childhood experiences? Our very own the brilliant man Sigmund Freud. And then all his disciples and propounders of psychoanalytic and psychodynamic approaches. They say that early childhood experiences shape entire gamut of our personality. So first is your psychoanalytic or psychodynamic approach, which says that ECE, early childhood experiences, shape our personality, and the personality shaped by early child personality dimensions shaped by ECE, early childhood experiences, remain stable. This is our personality. Early childhood experiences shape the core part of our personality. This is the Freudian approach. The core. This is the core, and this is the periphery. Psychodynamic and psychoanalytic approaches propounded by the most brilliant man of psychology, Sigmund Freud, is that ECE shapes the core of our personality, and that remains stable throughout our lives. Is it true? As revealed by the psychotherapies, psychoanalytic psychotherapies and dream analysis. Under which free association is done we get to know that yes, ECE, early childhood experiences, have shaped our personality in one of the most significant manners possible, because early childhood experiences provide us our temperament, our attachment style, which further shapes our intimacy, the intimate relations which we develop during our adolescence. That helps us develop trust and industriousness. Trust ensures our social relations. Industriousness again helps in social relations and emotional intelligence also, and further keeps on building our personality from childhood, adolescence, then adult, of course, then further till old age. Even the generativity, wisdom, all the steps as depicted by Erik Erikson in his psychosocial theory are also defined largely by these childhood experiences. This is the theory given by Sigmund Freud and his successors. Now, not only the early childhood experiences, but when the child grows and child is able to absorb and model the behavior Social learning theory, SLT by Bandura. Child models the behavior around him or her, which helps in shaping of large part of the personality of the child. What does Bandura say? That as the Bobodol experiment has already depicted, when children are exposed to aggressive models, their temperament becomes quite aggressive. When they are exposed to empathetic models, this becomes part of their personality, empathy. So this you have to understand that not only the psychoanalytic theory but social learning theory given by Bandura also propounds that childhood experiences, both early childhood and late childhood experiences, are important in shaping the important aspects of personality, core aspects of personality. But does it give the full picture? And the answer is no, because two things. One, personality is defined by your trait and situation. So the situational aspects keep on changing. Whatever trait you might be born with and whatever trait you might have acquired through the modeling behavior, social learning theory, then situation keeps on changing. Your personality is evolving as given by psychosocial theory also. Apart from that, the core aspects of personality may remain largely stable, but peripheral aspects will keep on changing. So based on these two arguments also we can say that no, the personality, the large part of personality definitely does not get shaped from childhood experiences only, but it keeps on evolving as propounded by psychosocial theory given by Erik Erikson. There is a lifelong lifespan development. Lifespan development. So personality keeps on evolving at each and every stage. There is a crisis, and if this crisis is resolved by the help of not only the temperament of the person but the social environment, and the evolution of self. Self being important aspect of personality, evolution of self. As the self evolves psychosocially, the personality also develops. We have given both the aspects according to personality theories. You can bring in Levin's theory that field theory that in our mental makeup, that is construct of self, there are different areas which define different aspects of our personality, and they take shape according to the kind of interaction we had in our social environment at different stages of life. That is just an addition, not required, even if you have given the theories which we have discussed till now, that will cover large part of your answer. And in fact, if you have given this much of points, these points, but in an organized manner, written it with the right expressions, as I keep on saying that answer is not only about the knowledge you possess, and again when I say knowledge, but it does not mean that 8 booklets, 10 booklet approach. Knowledge, precise knowledge, so that it can be used in the examination, so that you score well. Your knowledge, the way you organize, now this organization will be better if you have precise notes. This organization will be better if you have notes given in a simple language. These things are missing in the approach which is being followed till now, and it is quite unfortunate for the discipline of psychology, especially for UPSC examination, that nobody has been able to counter this approach in a vociferous manner as I have been doing. So let's simplify our material, let's give few points, because there is no chance of writing 10 points, very less time there. You see, how much time do you get for 10 marker? 10 marker you are getting only 6-7 minutes. 15 markers you are getting 10 minutes. 20 marker 15 minutes at most. Where is the time? And you have to approach the whole syllabus. Are you supposed to read 5 years psychology itself? No. No need to drop this discipline. No need to choose sociology and any other thing. I have seen many teachers criticizing this Mukku Pukku approach, also saying that IQ of the students is less. No, students are not to be blamed. The teachers are to be blamed, who are teaching something which will never appear in the examination. It is high time that it is realized that there has to be precise notes, simplified notes. All aspects of the chapters, all topics of the chapter covered, notes given in such a manner that students can revise it many a times and then go to the examination. They can use their creativity, they can use their own language. I see the pitiable situation of many students who are reading day in, day out, but not able to write what is precisely asked in the question. Not their mistake, they are being given this notes. I am definitely going to fight out and change this approach. Lots of already changed. Mukku Pukku approach destroyed. Mukku Pukku angry. Students should also realize this. The Mukku Pukku is not going to help you. So we discussed section B, large part of it, through our questions, a 10 marker, 15 marker and a 20 marker. You must have seen the approach, the conceptual understanding, the examples given. How you will design these answers will fetch you marks. Your organization. This is your answer script. This here is the question and you are writing the answer. Write your intro so that you define the topic there, then the main aspects in points and paragraphs both, so that it reflects your understanding, not just points given. Flow chart you give or diagram you give as you feel comfortable with, then you conclude precisely, not very elaborately, and then that fetches you marks. Ultimately the approach is that Marxism only, marks. How to get high marks in the examination, that is missing here. So with this we'll end this session of paper 1 discussion, and what we'll do, paper 2 section A and section B, I'll see how much time I have in my hand, because I don't believe in that Bhusgol Vidyarthi Basta Bhari approach of Mukku Pukku, and you should also not believe on this. do smart work. Not even that hard work is not there, unnecessary work. Don't do that unnecessary work. Smart work only. So I'll discuss the paper 2 section A, section B also. Again, discussing only 10 marker few questions, 15 marker few questions, and 20 markers as I feel comfortable with the time. Along with that, one announcement I had to make. Few students had approached me that as far as this section of research methods, as we fondly call stats, research methods, methods of psychology, all these, which is dealt in a very bad manner, as if some rocket is being built. Although it is very simple, very simple. They are saying that, sir, we are not able to understand this, we are not able to finish this. So I'll be launching an online course of 15 days exclusively dealing with this portion. Which portion? This stats, so-called stats portion. Each and every aspects of it will be covered in 15 days course itself. Keeping the fee only minimal fee will be kept, 7,500 only. Very soon it will be announced. It will be there in my Telegram channel as well. You can join and get the benefit of it. Along with that, applied psychology, which is largely neglected in the Mukku Pukku approach. Whatever I dealt is there with the students. Otherwise, the kind of answers they write as far as applied psychology questions are concerned, that is not going to fetch marks. They will realize only when they write mains, and then they will see the marks are in 2 digits. So this needs a different approach, applied psychology. So for that also, a 1 month course, only dealing with the applied psychology portion, keeping the fee again minimal, 12,500 only will be launched. These things, although it is very difficult for me to manage the time, I am doing because of the demand of the students. Join it and get benefit. As far as my offline classes are concerned, it will start in November. 22 November we have inauguration. From 22 November only we will start our offline courses. That will include the psychology full course, but I will not take 6.5 months unnecessarily. I will take only 3.5 months of yours. Before March 14, it will be finished handsomely. And after writing the examination, after writing the mains, you can come to me and show me that, sir, you did not deal this, it has appeared in the question. I will return each and every penny of yours, each and every penny of yours. With full confidence, I can say that each and every question you encounter in the examination, paper 2 especially, paper 1 also, largely would be from the classes which I will take, either online or offline. But many of you are asking for offline. I don't know what kind of beauty you see in me, but I will appear offline if you want me to. It will start from 22 November and run till 14th March 2024. All aspects of psychology covered, much better than Mukku Pukku. You will be able to score 300 plus with confidence. These programs will be announced. I hope you are going through the material which I am giving on Telegram. Apart from the fact that many of you have joined my test series and you are benefiting a lot, I would like to tell that many students are already doing really well, and I am quite obliged that I have such great students. And I maintain this fact that, see, if psychology is not doing well, it is because of the unfortunate appearance of a particular character in the psychology who has doomed everybody's life. Now we need to change it, simplify it, and prosper. The psychology will do well, the students will do well. It is the duty of the teachers, especially when we are running a coaching institute, that we provide a precise material which appears in the examination. Otherwise, what is the use of wasting so much of time, money, and energy and reading so much of scripts of psychology as if we are reading all the mythology books and then nothing comes in the exam, or only a few things come in the exam which other people also know, those who have not attended the classes, those who have not studied this material. It's high time we change our approach. With this, we'll end the session. Good night. Thank you for joining the session. Hope you all will join the courses and keep supporting. Subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon, like the video, keep watching. And first, foremost, and the most important aspect, keep learning. If you learn, if you qualify, that is the most happiest moment for a teacher. Thank you very much. Good night.